Mamacita. I'm Hannah. I'm a millennial. And I'm Gen Z. And together we are...
What's up, guys? Welcome back to our Zillennial channel. Today we're going to be talking about Oliver Anthony, the guy who's been blowing up like crazy, starting with his first song that everyone got to know him by, Men North of Richmond.
I haven't seen the video yet. So
No, you
gonna
haven't.
be kind of like me reacting to it?
Yes, I have seen this video and I've heard it a million times because my husband is so obsessed with this guy and this song. He's got a phenomenal voice, but he does bring up some controversial topics throughout the song. I don't want to spoil it for Hannah too much, so let's see what she thinks.
I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours.
He's got a really red beard.
So I can sit out here and waste my life away, drag back home and drown my troubles away. It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is.
Okay, what do you think so far?
He's a good voice.
He's a good voice.
And beard game on point. Like, if I was a guy, I'd want my beard to be like that full and red.
I feel like a lot of people can relate to the whole like working paycheck to paycheck.
Oh yeah.
And you know,
That's most Americans right now, especially with the inflation and
definitely.
COVID done messed everything up.
All it is, living in the new world with an whole soul. These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control. Wanna know what you think, wanna know what you do, and they don't think you know, but I know that you do. 'Cause your dollar ain't shit, and it's taxed to no end. Cause the rich men, cause the rich men.
Okay, what do you think of that?
What specifically?
Your dollar ain't. The rich men north of Richmond.
I think that your dollar isn't worth much anyway. these days,
Right.
You know, the taxing is definitely like high, but there's so many other factors that go into it as well.
So the whole controversy of this song is that it's like a right-wing anthem. Are you feeling like it is so far, or?
I feel like I have to watch the whole thing
Okay.
and then give my opinion. But that's the controversy?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll keep it in mind.
And I'm assuming that he's referring to people in the capital, like DC.
There are a lot of people that have way too much money,
You stole my wedding country and my wedding performer.
and they should not have that much money. Talking to you, Zuckerberg and Elon Musk.
Andrea Bocelli.
I mean, it's just, I don't believe in billionaires. Like, I really don't. And then all of us that are down here at the bottom, and like you said, our dollar ain't worth. But, you know.
I wish politicians look out for minors, not just minors on an island somewhere. Lord, we got.
Okay, did you catch that?
Yes.
Who do you think he's talking about? Obviously miners, like coal miners, but then when he says miners on an island somewhere.
Probably talking about the Epstein case.
That's what I thought,
was
too.
Thinking, but
Yeah.
I could be really wrong. I feel like that's
Right.
something that can be taken multiple ways. I like that it's, you know, has different levels to the meaning, because
Right.
you could take it either way.
I can also see how those exact greedy politicians might think that it is a right-wing anthem, because if that is an attack on Epstein, like, he happens to be a Democrat. But I think pretty much most people can agree that it doesn't matter what side you're on, like, pedophilia is never okay.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I feel like political party does not have anything to do with it. If you're a piece of crap, you're a piece of crap. It's separate to me, because...
Yeah.
Oh, no, I shouldn't say that. Never mind.
Nothing to heat and the whole beach milking welfare.
Wait, what did he say? I missed
People in the street got nothing to eat, and the obese milking welfare.
See, I was a welfare kid.
Right.
So I do understand people that think that welfare, like some people are taking advantage of it and using it for handouts. But as a kid who really reaped the benefits of it, and I don't think that we would have eaten the proper amount of food without it.
But you weren't obese, though. He's talking about just obese people.
But if you're 5'3" and you're 300 pounds,
Some of my siblings were. We had welfare. Not only did we have EBT, but we also used Medicaid for the kids and everything. And my brother was able to get his scoliosis surgery because of the Medicaid. Otherwise, my parents wouldn't have been able to afford it. It was $300,000. I see both sides because, trust me, in my field of work, I see people, basically freeloaders, like people that take all the money and they don't want to work for it. And I feel like that is definitely a thing. But at the same time, too, I know that there's those families out there that really do need it and literally survived because of it. So I'm willing to have a little bit of my tax dollars go towards some people that are taking advantage of it if it's getting to those kids. But I think that any program that you do like that is going to have, you know, the good and the bad.
I was on, I guess, welfare. When I was a single mom, I did have, like, the food stamps. When I wanted to move out of my parents' house and make it on my own, but I guess I wasn't really doing it on my own because I was having the government help me. It's okay to ask for help, like, when you need it, but I'm a little more, like, because I experienced having that card as the adult in the situation rather than as the kid, I kind of felt like the amount of money that I was given as a single mother with a baby who was, like, 6 to 18 months at the time, I was given like $400 a month, and this was like back when groceries were way cheaper. And I would always have so much leftover money at the end of the month. So I can kind of see where he's coming from in terms of, like, why is it that there's people who are working their butts off, working paycheck to paycheck, but they don't qualify for welfare. Meanwhile, there's people who, well, we don't really know what the situation is, but even if you're in a situation like me where you genuinely needed that extra help, like, I think it's a little bit too much help, if that makes sense. Maybe our taxes would be lower if we weren't giving, like, an extra superfluous amount to every person on welfare.
Yeah, I think that is also a case-by-case thing, too. My family was so large, and I roughly know how much we got monthly, but it never stretched. And so I, like, the first 2 weeks out of the month, we were eating pretty good, you know, because the EBT refreshed on the first, and, you know, my mom would run to the grocery store and pack up, like, 4 carts full of groceries, literally.
Yeah.
And, you know, we'd have food for all of us. And then those last 2 weeks were so frugal, like, eating, like, shredded cheese out of the fridge and, like, ketchup.
Yeah.
Because that's, like, all you have, crackers, you know?
Yeah.
So it's hard because it really is. There's so many cases. Like I said, I think there's good and bad everything. So I think definitely people are out there taking advantage of it, and that just kind of sucks.
Yeah, it's hard to, like, how do you monitor that? Because there's so many factors that go into
I
it.
think that my family is a very unique case.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
most people don't have that many
Right.
kids. Now, I've never been an adult on EBT, so that is different. But I'm very fortunate to be in a spot where I don't need it. I don't feel like I'm working paycheck to paycheck either. I'm in a blessed position.
Definitely.
Not, like, trying to brag or anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Moment of gratefulness.
No, you can brag all you
No,
want.
it really was not trying to be a brag. I'm just really happy, you know, like, just coming into this world and extremely impoverished with my family, and then getting where I am today. It took a lot of work, so.
No, that's definitely something to be proud of, and I wouldn't say it's bragging.
your bags of fudge rounds, young men are putting themselves 6 feet in the ground, cause all this damn country does is keep on kicking them down. Lord, it's a damn shame what the world's gotten to. For people like me, people like you, wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is.
Have you seen the dogs yet?
Yes, I
love
just
the
want to
dogs.
I want to pet them.
World with an whole soul. These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control. Wanna know what you think, wanna know what what you do, and then I don't think you know, but I know that you do, 'cause your dollar ain't shit, and it's taxed to no end, 'cause the rich men, north of Richmond. I've been selling my soul, working all day.
I want to pet the dog.
Oh shit pain.
I do agree that pay is so crap. Like, I read, I don't want to be incorrect on the statistics. Somebody could fact check me. But I read on an article somewhere that in the state that we live in, somebody would have to work 3 jobs just to pay to exist, which is insane to me. Because when would you sleep? Well, let me finish. This is 9 seconds. I'm sure he's just gonna strum out. Oh yeah, literally, it was a strum. But you know what? We have to complete things, okay? My ADHD. So I totally get where this guy is coming from. I'm really kind of in the middle. I try to see both sides where I can. There's a lot of gray area. I think a lot of the problem with people is that they're trying to say something is black or it's white.
Right.
And it's not. But I do agree that we don't get paid enough and prices are high. Gas prices here last year got to like $4.99, or at least in the city that I live in. It was like $4.99, almost $60 to fill up my little sedan. Excuse me. I'm sorry, but that's just not worth it. I know you live in a more like rural area.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't get up to $4.99 for sure, but when those gas prices were going up, I was in an even more remote area than I am now.
More.
So yeah, that's actually kind of what really pushed us to move, was because it would take us like 20 minutes just to get into town, just to get to like a Food Lion.
Yeah.
And
it's a lot of gas.
Yeah, it adds up
it
for
really
sure.
does. And if you drive like me, I'm speeding. No,
yeah.
I'm just kidding. I drive the legal speed limit everywhere I go.
Oh, yeah, I do too.
I totally do.
Yeah.
So it really does go quick. I can't imagine. I haven't lived in the country in so long.
Another topic that was brought up about this video is some people felt like he was almost sort of fat shaming.
Wait, I missed that. Where was that?
Just with the whole...
But if you're 5'3" and you're 300 pounds.
Yeah, see, that's a tricky one too, just because people can have health conditions that cause them to not be able to lose weight, and so it's not always like what they're eating.
Right.
I've seen some extremely healthy and like eat well, exercise a lot, and they just can't like lose the extra weight. So I think it's a bad generalization to make. It makes sense in the sentence that he wrote it in though.
But there's a difference between like just a little overweight and like obese, right?
Let's Google it.
I don't really consider them the same thing. I think like obese is like, I mean, essentially like he said.
But if you're 5'3" and you're 300 pounds.
So this is the World Health Organization, and it says a body mass index over 25 is considered obese, which 24 and under are normal. So it could be taken as anybody overweight, but I think he was meaning it as somebody who's very overweight. Yeah, and even then, like it's so tricky because you just don't know what people are going through. I don't really like judging anybody about their weight just because I feel like it's not my place, you know? And I don't know their battle, and, you know.
Yeah.
Things happen.
Is there anything else from the video that struck you as interesting, or?
The dogs.
That was my favorite too. Okay, and can we also just talk about how his beard is so much more red than the hair on the top of his head?
Common for gingers.
Like, I wanted to ask you about that because
I will go on a rant. I will literally go on a tangent about gingers all day long.
Like, is that because, like, is the sun bleaching his hair? Like, is his natural hair the beard color and his hair on top of his head just getting bleached by the sun? Or, like, how does that work?
It could be both. It all depends on the genetics, because photo
Right.
bleaching is when your hair gets lightened by the sun. I experience that in the summertime. My hair can look almost blonde, which is
Yeah.
super cool. I do have a sibling that has kind of a similar strawberry blonde hair color to me, and their beard is extremely red.
Yeah.
And they don't dye it or anything. They're not in the sun a lot, probably little to none.
Right.
Sorry. If you're watching this, I think it's if you have really strong genetics of like Irish descent. We did our 23andMe, and we had German as well, and German is also known to have really strong red hair genes. I realized we didn't get drinks. Hold on one second. We're gonna.
What is our drink of choice for today?
Today we are sipping on some High Noons, the peach flavor specifically, vodka and soda. Have you had a High Noon before?
A Heineken?
Sorry, I said that really fast. High Noon.
I have, but I haven't had this flavor yet. We are in no way, shape, or form paid by High Noon.
It's not sponsored, although that would be cool. Like, you could send me a package.
Yeah, please.
I'll accept all donations.
Yes, please.
Okay, cheers. We're gonna have a drink of the day. So sometimes we'll be like kind of winging it like this one because I had some extras in my fridge. And sometimes we'll be making some mixed drinks, some cocktails. Maybe we'll teach them new. It's gonna be kind of like one of our little segments. If you have any suggestions on drinks we should try too, let us know because we're open. Just not anything nasty. But I do like pickle juice. So we could do pickle juice.
Cheers.
Cheers. Ain't it tasty? I kind of want to get a straw.
So why do you think Oliver is blowing up so much from, like, that was the Catalyst song, but now he has, like, I don't know, what is it, like 5 songs at the top of the billboards right now?
I think that's relatable to a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, so
I mean, I
obviously,
relate to it in some ways, you know? And
Yeah.
I don't really consider myself either way, like
Right.
fully right-wing or, you know, left.
Yeah, I don't think I would label this as, like, fully right-wing, you know? I can see why people would assume that, maybe, because of, like, the stereotypes of a right-wing
Yes,
being,
I
like,
think-
in the country, and he's a white man.
Yeah.
Like,
I think the setting of it, the intro he was playing, his accent, like, people
Yeah.
are probably making the assumption that he
Right.
is right-wing, but that would be really funny if he came out, Oliver Anthony was like, actually, I'm Democrat. That would be really funny.
Well, so I think he's come out and he's said that he does not affiliate with either. Actually, another one of his songs, he talks about how both are corrupt. I don't think that he was necessarily trying to, you know, shoot anybody down. I think he just was coming from a place of, like, these are the things that are pissing me off, and this is what I want to sing about. I don't think he knew that he was going to get as much attention as he has. And I think that's another reason why people love him so much, is because it's coming from, like, a really genuine place.
I dig that because I feel like music is something that should come from the heart. And I like that he had a passion to talk about something and he sung about it.
Yeah, and I think he's also, like, inspired a lot of people with just the whole, like, hey, I recorded this on my phone, and...
Did he really record that on his phone?
Well, not that one, but originally...
That was like some professional
Yeah,
videography.
so-
Hit me up.
Yeah, so that one was after, like, he got picked up by the radio station.
What was
But-
his first song?
I mean, I think that was his first song, but they just, like,
Oh, they like
picked it up, and, like, when they posted it,
they
that's
polished
when...
it, you know.
Yeah, that's when it really
So-
took off. He just came out with another one, like, a couple days ago.
Does he live in Virginia?
He does. He lives in Farmville.
Have you ever been to that Walmart?
No. Isn't Longwood University?
Yes. I don't mean to make a generalization here, but I swear all of the soccer player girls with blonde hair are there.
At
Like,
Longwood?
Yes. And they all look the same.
Hmm.
I don't know. That's just my experience. I'm sure that people are gonna come for me. Like, all the Longwood students are gonna be like, girl.
Well, hey, let's be honest. If we say anything in public or on the internet, somebody is gonna have it out for you.
Haters gonna hate.
You're kind of like, that's what comes with the territory.
Yeah.
And that's kind of another thing I wanted to address about this. I kind of, like, fear for him sometimes now because...
He kind of put out there, like, where he's living.
Yeah, and just, you know, if people took his song the wrong way or, like... you know?
Yeah, people get so extremely...
And even just, like, the words people are saying, like, I'm sure he's heard some pretty hurtful stuff.
I don't look at the comments
Yeah.
of the video. Oh my god, he put it in the description where he lives. That's a ballsy move. Because Farmville's really small. Like, a lot of people are responding well. I mean, a lot of people are saying that he's authentic and he spoke from the heart, which I definitely appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I really do see why it blew up. A lot of people relate to it. I think everybody can on some level, even if you don't fully agree with, like, all the things that he said in it.
Let's go ahead and conclude today's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like us, don't forget to like and subscribe.
Don't forget to smash that bell button
Yeah.
to turn on notifications for our posts. No, I'm just kidding. You can do whatever you want. Consensually smash the bell button. That was fun.
Yes.
Thanks for watching with us. And if there's any topics you want us to talk about on the next pod, let us know. Ooh, can I say one more thing too?
No, you're not allowed.
You're not allowed. Girl, bye. Get out of the frame. Okay, so bear with us as well. Our podcast setup is we're just starting out, so we're getting there. It's probably not going to be the best quality for a little bit. We're starting kind of on a lower budget, and we're like trying to figure things out. So it's probably not going to be the best video quality or audio quality, but we're working on it. So you should see some progression. Today's podcast, hopefully it went really well. Editing, thank you, Alicia. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you guys so much for watching. Okay, bye.